This is the 2025 Buick Envista ST. You won't believe what you get for under $30,000. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Morgan Buick GMC in Shreveport, Louisiana to give you the particulars on this Envista. Now unfortunately it did sell right after I made the video, so if you're interested in buying an Envista, they do have a couple more in inventory, just not this particular model in this particular color at the moment. I hope my camera does a good job of showing you the ocean blue metallic exterior color. Very, very nice. Very sporty looking. It fits here, and it's accented by the gloss black that you can see as far as the trim around the fender wells and the lower portions of the body down there, also the wheels. But you'll also find gloss black with the grille, some chrome, some silver, and a little more gloss black down there on the lower portion of the front end too. We'll find full LED lighting, something I know a lot of you look for. LED headlights, daytime running lights, and LED turn signals. That's one a lot of you tell me you would like to see on some of the vehicles I show here. Well, that's what you have in this case. And as we look over the full exterior, as we go through the video, you'll find some very swoopy and sporty body lines. The only thing that I think is missing here is the lack of available all-wheel drive. The Envista only comes front-wheel drive. So there is something missing where that's concerned as far as I think. Now, some of you might say, hey, that's no problem. I can live with front-wheel drive, no big deal. Speaking of that, what's our tire and wheel size? 225, that's the width. We're gonna have a 55 series sidewall wrapped around the gloss black wheels. Let's get rid of those tongue twists early in the video. Those are 18-inch wheels, by the way. And there's only one thing missing from the side view mirrors, and that is the ability to use or have power folding side view mirrors. Other than that, everything is here that I know a lot of you like to see. Turn signal indicators built in, they're heated, they're power adjustable. You also have your blind spot monitoring right here. Body color door handles, and you'll find passive entry on the front doors. In fact, I will show you a little more about unlocking and locking everything. There is your remote, taking advantage of the Louisiana sunshine. Lock, unlock right here. We're going to, or unlock right here and lock here. Let's get that right. You can open and close the power tailgate. Yep, that's definitely an option that's here. And you'll find remote start right there. And if you panic, the panic button is there as well. A quick look at the rear, because you have this nice sportback look. It looks very sporty. We finished things off with LED tail lights, and as I mentioned, this is a power tailgate. There are multiple ways to open that, but let me show you a neat little trick that will help you save some time and some trouble. If you go to open your power tailgate and it does not open for some reason, no matter what you do, you can always open it manually. That's not a problem. But if the power feature isn't working, turn that off. You're going to need to come right here. And you'll notice that you have three different settings. I'm going to set that to off right there. You also have 3/4 and you have max. So most likely, if it's not opening, there is the problem. It's going to be set to off. Under the hood is a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder. It is a turbocharged engine and it makes 137 horsepower, 162 pounds-feet of torque. Try it out if you think this might work for you. It would be nice to see more power, maybe a 4-cylinder available for the Envista, but this is what we have right now as far as this model goes. One thing that may surprise a lot of people is that it is not mated to a CVT. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And being that the motor is small and doesn't make a lot of horsepower, does that mean decent gas mileage? Well, tell me what you think. 28 city, 32 highway, 30 combined, 3.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And one thing you don't typically hear in these car review videos is the gas tank size. In this case, it's 13.2 gallons. Cargo capacity ranges between 20.7 with the seats in their upright position. When you lower the seats, you have 42 cubic feet of cargo space. This cargo cover is very easily removable. And something that will be good news to a lot of people is the fact that you have a spare tire located here underneath the floor. You have a little cargo lighting back here, only on one side, but you know what, at this price point, I'm not going to complain about that. There's your license plate bracket holder. Well, not really. It just happens to fit right there quite nicely. A little bit of space there and even a little bit of space behind the fender well over here on the right-hand side. The interior color is ebony with Santorini blue. The Santorini blue, very easy to see right here as far as the piping goes, and you'll find that color in a few different areas throughout the interior. Plenty of room with the armrest right here. Some contrast stitching again with that blue that really does a nice job of breaking up the ebony portion of the interior. A nice large door bin for a compact crossover, at least in my opinion. Now, one thing I do wish we had here, at least for the sake of benefiting your rear seat passengers, you only have one rear seat pocket right here. There isn't one on the driver's side. And while there are no rear air conditioning vents, you will find a couple of USB options and some storage space right here. And as small as this interior is, it's going to cool off or heat up, depending on what the temperature is outside with that much trouble. It's just not that big. And believe it or not, we made it for decades upon decades without rear air conditioning vents in vehicles that were far larger than this. You know the sticker price is under $30,000, but how far under that is it? $28,550 is the price, at least here at Mike Morgan Buick GMC. Let's see what else you get for the price. More space with the door bin and the armrest on the front doors. Nothing out of the ordinary. You'll find a manually adjustable passenger seat and a power adjustable driver's seat. This driver's seat has lumbar support, so that's always good to know. I know a lot of you like to know about that. And we'll find one touch down windows at all four doors, but here's the thing. They are only one touch down. You'll have to hold that window or the button up to get the window back up. Controls here for locking and unlocking the windows, and controls for obviously controlling the position of your side view mirrors. Everything here for your headlights and taillights. And you do have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. Quite a bit going on with that with your steering wheel mounted controls. And obviously you'll have everything over here on the right hand side for your windshield wipers. And one thing I didn't talk about earlier in the video is you only have windshield wipers. You don't have a rear window wiper. According to Buick, the slope of that rear window keeps you from needing a rear window wiper. I'm not sure about that. I think it would still be a good idea to have one back there just in case, but that's my opinion. Maybe they're right, maybe I'm right. I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you think, especially if you own an Envista and have driven it in the rain, something I haven't done. And I think some of you know what this lever is for and some of you don't, but I'll leave it a mystery for those of you who don't. But here's something that I think is really neat, and that's going to be what's called the virtual cockpit. So we have 9 inches of digital instrument cluster right here. Quite a bit going on there, a lot of good information. You have your digital speedometer. It has a nice modern look to it. We'll have something that I think should be here, which is the knob for controlling the radio, turning that on and off, and adjusting the volume. And you have 11 inches over here with the infotainment screen. It is slightly curved, so it's pointed towards the driver just a little bit, driver focused, as we like to call it. And there's not a ton going on here, but I like that. It's not too much, but it's not too little. That nice balance for those who don't want a ridiculous amount of technology. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then you can go in and control climate right here if you want to. Now, this isn't the only place you can do that, as you do have physical controls down here, as you can see, so that's nice to see. But we'll go back here real fast and get back to this screen because I wanted to go into settings and show you a few things. There's quite a bit here to talk about. We're not going to talk about all of it, but there are some things I wanted to focus on. You've got everything there if you need updates, all of that. But let's go into vehicle because I do want to show you some of what is here. Teen driver mode, that's going to give you a lot of good information. This is a great vehicle for a teen. If you're going to buy them a brand new vehicle, but you don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money, but still have the safety features and all that good stuff that these models offer, this is a good option. And here are their safety features. Besides all of the airbags, we have automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking, adaptive cruise go notifier, lane change alert, park assist. That's right, you have park assist here, rear camera park assist symbols, and then you also have rear cross traffic alert, and you have the motion sensors for parking as well. That's going to help out in a lot of ways. So a lot going on here, quite a bit. in my opinion at least, for the sticker price on this model. And if you need to do anything with audio, phone, or OnStar, we go to apps right there. A pretty simple system to figure out as far as the infotainment screen goes. Not a lot to deal with, and that's good for some people. You do have a backup camera here, nothing unusual. You're going to have this on all of your new vehicles now, so you don't even have to worry about that. At the very least, you'll have the backup camera, and you'll have those park assist lines right there, or what we often call trajectory lines. And in this particular model, we have some more connectivity down here with USB options. There is also a 12-volt power outlet right there, and wireless charging. That's a good thing. There's your lane keeping assist. You can turn the auto stop start system on and off right there, depending on what your personal preference is. And if you're looking for the power parking brake, it's in a very simple place to find, right behind the shifter, where it should be. Now, you do have some gloss black, or what some people call piano black right here. Probably not the worst place for it to be, because it's not likely to have as many fingerprints right there. The armrest right here will kind of keep hands off of that. When you're reaching down for cups, no big deal. So no one's necessarily going to rest their hand down there. The armrest is at a nice height here that doubles as the lid for the console. I do wish it was a little further forward. Just seems like it would be a little better that way, but that's my opinion. And quite a bit of space within for this size of SUV. And hopefully you can see what's up there. I know it's a little dark in here. We're trying to balance things out without too much sunlight. But there is your upper console. The only thing missing is a sunglass holder, but I don't know that that's that big of a deal for a lot of people. What do you think about that? Do you want a sunglass holder in your vehicle? And a real quick test drive here. The main thing I think people want to know about with this Envista is, how does it get down the road with only 137 horsepower? Well, you might be surprised. It's very important to try driving these vehicles for yourself, because it might surprise you at how well it gets down the road. Now, there is an important little tip with that, with something like this. And that is that you want to ease into the gas pedal. Don't just floor it, and you'll find out that it actually accelerates a little bit better. It's not the same thing as some of these high-end vehicles such as Mercedes-Benz or BMWs or something like that, that have technology that cancels out the turbo lag, or at least reduces it quite a bit. But I've found that getting up to speed is not a problem here with the Envista. But like I say, try it for yourself. You might say, wow, it's a lot better than you made it sound, Tom. Or you might say the opposite of that. And ride quality is good, at least in my opinion. I do like the way it handles. It seems to handle very well. It has a nice tight turning radius. If you don't need a large vehicle, it's something that's great for big city driving. Gets around very easily if you have a lot of congestion and tight parking and different things like that. Well, it's a really great vehicle for a situation like that as well. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier in the video that I think does bear mentioning is the fact that I mentioned the driver's seat has lumbar support. The passenger seat does not. So just something to keep in mind. Some people that might work for you, some people it might not. It just depends on who's going to be riding over there. But overall, a very well-rounded vehicle. The rear window, with that slope to it, that sportback look and design, you might say, is it hard to see out of? Personally, I don't think it is. You need to check that out for yourself. It's really hard to show that in these videos because my camera would probably make it hard to see, even looking through the rear view mirror or looking from the rear view mirror. Just try it out. Get in one of these things, see what you think. You might be surprised, you might like it, you might not. That's just one of those things that I can tell you a lot about a vehicle in these videos, but the only thing I feel that is hard to really convey is the driving experience. You really need to literally experience that. Everything else here, I have high marks for. Very easy to learn and use technology. There's not an overload here. It seems to be one of the more well-balanced vehicles for people who aren't interested in a lot of technology but still want to have maybe a little bit, or just saying, well, let's go with the minimal amount. This is definitely one of those vehicles that offers such a thing. So overall, high marks. Does it need more horsepower? Well, I think everything could use more horsepower. I would like to see Buick offer another engine option, but for now, this is what we have. That's what you get for for a sticker price of less than $30,000 with the 2025 Buick Envista Sport Touring. Tell me what you think. Is this something that works for you? It definitely has a nice sporty look to it, that's for sure. But that's not the only thing that counts, is it? Tell me what your thoughts are. And don't forget to check out that link down in the description of the video if this is something you wish to buy. I do want to thank my friends at Mike Morgan Buick GMC for loaning me this Envista for the day. And a special thanks goes out to all of you who are kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.